racing, where everybody's got the same goal, to win. To defeat every other driver who's competing against them. Well, for this story, we have to go back to the 5th of May 2020. Almost 5 years ago. I was just a 13-year-old boy who started to get into sim racing as I started to defeat every AI out there, on a low level of course. I wanted to do something different. So I joined Racestars.nl, a Dutch league race competition, because of course I was still 13 and didn't know how to speak English correctly. Still don't. As far as I know, Racestars.nl is not active anymore. So hey, if you remember driving there, my name was Hippo_Nick. If you know me, let me know in the comments down below. How are you doing? Anyways, let's get back to the story. So it all started in Australia on F1 2019, and I thought, I'm gonna win this. Unfortunately, this wasn't true as I got lapped, and eventually I finished like P7, P8 or something. The week after, it was a race in Baku. I had my hopes high still, and thought this time I can win. It was just bad luck. It wasn't, as I crashed into the wall in one of the final laps, which eventually would have been P7. Another okay result, but not what I wanted. Of course, we're not gonna discuss every single race, because otherwise we're gonna be here for quite a while. So we just move forward to Monza about a month later, where this happened. Just take a look.
Ik heb zoveel lag. Zo, klasse Nick. Oh, toch niet zo klasse.
Fuck, what the fuck gebeurt er? Sorry allemaal.
Waarom rennen ze nou niet? Oh, ik had...
Wow.
Eventually, I finished that race on the podium in P3, which was very good for me. But unfortunately, the stewards decided after the race that I deserved a penalty for that starting incident, which dropped me down to P4.
Podium!
And honestly, I'm still pissed about it, because that was my only podium that I had with them in my 2 years of driving. One day short actually, I drove my last race on the 4th of May 2022. 1 month before starting this YouTube channel, by the way. If you're new here, subscribe, thank you. We're almost at 1k, so that would help a lot. And you might wonder, why quit? Well, there were 3 factors in total. The first reason, of course, I was constantly making mistakes, seeing no progress in the seasons, and I didn't perform. I just didn't like it anymore, and the passion for racing started to fade away. The second reason is that I moved from PlayStation 4 to PC, and back then, crossplay didn't exist yet, so I couldn't even race with them. And third of all, it was becoming a total mess. Having to do time trial laps, which is okay, to get into the highest tier, to eventually just seeing 6 people show up for a race, it just wasn't fun anymore, and I decided that it was time for me to move on. As I said before, it was less than a month after that I started making YouTube videos here on this channel. You can still see my very first video here. Oh boy, it was bad. Me making videos for about 7-8 months, I decided that it was time to do some collaborations. One of them was with Alex Kohalium, as you might know him, and it was a lot of fun. Honestly, I enjoyed racing with other people again, but I didn't think much of it, as it was just for the series Creator Co-op, which only made it into episode 2. So I went down with my usual business, creating videos, until I got this message. Yo, so about 2 years ago I created a racing league for the F1 games, Formula Destruction. Currently, it's in the process of entering the 3rd season, and I'd like to ask if you want to join. It's just for fun. It includes people from all skill categories, from bad to very bad, who are mainly my friends. It is nothing really professional, so you don't have to record or stream it if you don't want to. Would still be good for the stewards room afterwards. Races typically would be at 21 CET on Tuesdays. Let me know if you're interested or not up until the 16th of September. This message was sent to me at 2 AM, so as you could expect, I reacted half an hour later saying this. Of course I'd love to join, thanks for inviting me. As noted in his message, I joined at the start of season 3. Me being busy on most Saturdays, as it moved from Tuesdays to Saturdays before we even started, I couldn't join. So I had to wait until round 3 at the Red Bull Ring in Austria at the 18th of October 2023. Setting provisional pole, it was looking good that I was starting at the front. Until this happened, of course. Never mind. What? What the fuck? What the fuck? What is this bullshit?
Oh my god. We're dropping like flies.
Oh my god, Yeah, I got disqualified for blocking the pit exit even though I just spun, not giving up hope, and with a late safety car, me being in P5 and not lapped like my first race with race stars, I went for it. The safety car was done and I overtook 2 cars to get myself up into the podium positions. P3 it was. I ended there as well, but because of a penalty from my teammate, I moved up into P2. The 2 following races, I got onto the podium as well, so a win was on the horizon. My best opportunity came at the season finale in Monza. As Emil, my teammate from the first race, was going on a rampage to kill everyone. I avoided him, and after he DNF'd, I saw my shot at the win. Finally, after so many races. Until...
I'm getting Joe's points, right?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm so fucking dumb. Oh no. It's almost been a year since that race, and I still don't get how I messed that one up. That was the one and only shot that I got in my rookie season. Now in the new game, which is almost at the end of the cycle, F1 24, we started with season number 4. Me being an Aston Martin for the 2nd year in a row, I felt comfortable with the car and I kept on pushing. But this season didn't go as planned. I fought it for my life, but there was only one podium in the first 4 races and things weren't looking good. Until we got to the Qatar Grand Prix. Or as we called it, the Qatar Airways Taco Bell Microsoft powered by Oracle and Visa Qatar Grand Prix. The race weekend started with a game and stream crash in the first few minutes of qualifying, so I was expecting the worst. Having only 1 lap in qualifying, I managed to get P3, which wasn't too bad. With a fierce battle at the start, I made my way to P2, but unfortunately, quite early on, I spun, which got me all the way down to P14. Things were going as expected this season. Pushing myself through the field again, we arrived at the back of Nectria and Kohalium. They were battling it out for P3 and I decided to join in. Knowing what happened between me and Nectria in earlier races, I decided to just go for it. Into turn 1, where he steered in more than he should have, we almost got ourselves crashed out of the race, which in this case wouldn't have been very good. It lost me a lot of time on Kohalium as he wasn't involved in that crash, so we once again had to push to get close to him. A good battle between us two eventually led to me being in P3. And at that time I was very happy with it, as looking at the gaps ahead there wasn't anything I could do. But why would I tell you this story if it ended like this? Well, it didn't, because in lap 26, Kohalium, Necria and Captain Galaxy had a crash, bringing out the safety car and pushing the field back together. For my strategy, this couldn't have gone better. A quick safety car later and we were going again. Being overtaken by Kohalium, we settled for P4. I tried to gain time everywhere to get as close as possible, which led into a 3-second penalty. Fuck! Simply lovely, we called it. A loosey rear end later. Oh, he's gone. Oh, into the wall. And there was another safety car, which was perfect for me to pit back to the mediums and fight once again for the win. It was time to log in as there were only 15 laps remaining in this race. This just looks beautiful in front of me.
Oh.
Oh, that was... Oh, you...
I'm being dropped, I'm being capped, don't be careful. Don't die in the back of us.
Just say don't be careful. Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill someone.
Okay, clear.
Where are you gonna kill? Be specific.
Oh.
Oh.
Yourself, apparently.
George Russell.
And of course another safety car, because Why not? We got into the lead as the others either crashed or pitted, but it was far from done. Orby in the McLaren was right behind me and he was fighting like a madman, pushing me all the way till the edge, and eventually I had to settle for P2, staying behind him, capitalizing on every mistake that he made. That mistake came in lap 50.
Head, well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this race.
Track limit.
Then?
I was so focused on pushing and staying with him that I didn't even realize that he got a 10-second penalty. It took me a while, but when I realized... You have a 13-second time penalty?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I said
rewatch
10
it and
seconds
see.
for going off track.
Oh my god! What the fuck? I saw a door open in front of me that hadn't been opened since season 3 in Monza. He tried to get away, but I stayed very close behind him. Eventually the gap was growing, but could it finally happen? After 5 years of online racing, could I finally get my first win? Well, that goal was slipping away as the gap was growing. It was 4.2 seconds just 3 laps later. After Orby made a small mistake, he decided that it was not gonna happen for him.
I look at my race. I think that's me pulling away then.
My very first win. After 5 years of racing, I finally did it. And oh my god, was I happy. Come on,
Oh my god,
let's
he did not
go!
do it.
Let's go!
Here we go.
Let's hope that the time in between my first and second win won't be as long. If you want to see it happen live, then don't forget to subscribe, and maybe if a video pops up here, it is my second win already. If not, then just enjoy this video right here, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.